Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth and final round here at the 2018 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. It's Sunday morning after a beautiful weekend, and we've got some chase card action as they're going to finish out their tournament, see if anyone can make a run at the title or if our winner will eventually come off the lead card. Thanks for watching. We're going to get to the action as we catch up with Kristin Tattar, who's sitting at 10 under par. And we're over on hole number 15. And Kristin finds one of the flower beds, which are considered out of bounds. This is a relatively short hyzer shot for most of your righty backhanders, 228 feet. And Zoe Andyke appears to have it dialed in. Catrina Allen going to play a similar line, but with a little bit more power. She's past the pin, but certainly in makeable birdie range. And Sarah Hokom, who sits at 1 under overall, a little bit of a struggle here. She's +1 on the round, but sits 1 under overall. As you see, a light breeze there on hole 15's flag, and Sarah's short on her birdie attempt. The struggle bus rolls on. Catrina, with a slightly different putting stance and routine than we've seen in the past, appears to work just fine there. She's going to card the birdie. Maybe 12 feet or so. Andyke will pick up the birdie. And she'll give the spot to her fellow competitor, Kristin, who's been in the U.S. now for a little over a month, taking in the most of her travels, and she cleans up for the par after the penalty stroke. Always remember, you have up to 1 full meter to bring it in anytime you go out of bounds. She takes advantage, and 2 birdies and 2 pars. As we move over here, this is 15B. This is not a regular hole you'd find out here. It's actually a very narrow gap. I thought I'd get a better angle in case somebody throws it in here, so stay tuned. And Catrina with the standstill, putting it right next to the pin. Kristin's previous par keeps her, I should say, at 10 under, but certainly within range. Hokom with a backhand. And quite effective. Zoe, who won the women's putting competition at the World Championships, shows just how she did it there. About circle's edge, a little straddle putt for Zoe. Quite a few birdies happening on 15B. This is kind of a must-get birdie for all the competitors out here this weekend. These guys all managed to stay clear of any trees, which, believe it or not, is a little bit more challenging than you'd think. But Catrina's going to pick up her second birdie in a row. And Kristin's going to complete the star frame. 4 attempts, 4 birdies. We're going to move on over here to hole number 16. 16 comes in at 287 feet from this long tee. And pushing that right side fairway, not staying clean, is Zoe. But here's Catrina. She sits at 7 under after a pair of birdies. And that's going to put her about pin high left side of the basket. Kristin, who has so much power. Oh, yeah. And that is a textbook park job here. And if you want to know how to throw the forehand, Sarah Hokom giving lessons there. Great flex shot. This is Zoe with her patent pending standstill, just trying to get up and down, save the par. Bang, bang. Catrina, whatever the new putting stance or routine is, appears to be working. That's 3 consecutive birdies. Hokom would like to make it 2 in a row. She does just that. In a moment here, as we're watching these last few tap-ins, we're going to go over to hole 17. It's a very unique hole. I decided to give it a little bit of a preview to break down what you're going to see. And I hope that you enjoy it. Kristin's going to tap in for her easy birdie, so 3 birdies in the par. Let's take a look at 17. Welcome everyone to my special installment. We're at Renegade's Trail. This is hole number 17, and if there's an iconic hole that you absolutely won't forget when you leave this course, it's definitely this one. Lots of beautiful holes out here, but hole 17 is going to prove to be a little extra challenging. It's an island green which is completely surrounded by the pillars, and if you find yourself outside of those, you take a 1-stroke penalty, but you play it from where it is. It's only 164 feet from the short tee, which they played during the opening round. However, they're on the long tee playing it at 188 feet. It's a slight turnover out of a gap to a blind island green. It's a beautiful hole. Let's see how a few of our competitors take it on. There's going to be some inbound, some out of bounds, some saving the pars, some getting the birdies. Skip shots, air shots, it's all there. Let's take a look. This is hole 17 out here at Renegade's Trail. Wow, what insight. Or not. Here's Catrina Allen throwing a forehand. Looks like she's pushing up to that right side OB, but she finds herself inbounds. Kristin, a little bit lower approach. Oh, and what happened? It looks like it hits the wood chips inbounds, but then goes out of the gateway there. She will be playing with a 1-stroke hazard penalty there. And also pushing to that right side. So 4 or 5 feet making a world of difference there from that going inbounds or out. And just getting it over the nubs. Zoe Andyke on the green, looking at a birdie. Here's Kristin to save her par. You putt from where you land with penalty. And surprisingly, no medal. Kat says, I'll take 4 in a row. Thank you very much. And just trying to stop the bleeding there. Kristin's going to take the 4. So she has the bogey. Meanwhile, her other competitors are all on the green looking at birdies. Both Kat and Hokom are in, and Zoe's even closer to the elevated pin. And just like that, a 2-stroke swing I think we're going to see for all of the women, as opposed to what Kristin's taking, the bogey 4. Just 18 and 1 to play. Let's take a look. Kat goes with the big turnover. Now, the traditional route you'll see here by Zoe, this is how most players will throw it. You go up the middle and you play it out to the elevated basket. And Zoe again hangs that one right. But that's the traditional route. Now, if you have the power and the confidence, you can go out and around and trim off quite a bit of distance. It's a matter of having the right angle. I saw Paige Pierce in the doubles actually go past the basket on this hole. But controlling that angle is so tough. And had that kept turning over for Kristin, I think that would have been a great shot. Instead, she's out in the middle of the fairway. Should be a relatively routine approach. And Zoe with another standstill, probably close to 200 feet on that approach. Now, there is water, and sometimes the fountain is actually going off here at this green. It doesn't appear to be now, but the play really is to throw right into the rocks and just to get it to stop. That's exactly what Kristin's did. I feel like if you throw maybe a slightly softer disc, it's got a better chance to stop for you. Or you play up just short of it, as we see Hokom. Austin Hannum on the bag there. Lots of great caddies out there. See Dustin Keegan, Silver Lot, Austin Hannum, Robin, and a great par there by Catrina. 5 consecutive solid putts there by Catrina. I'm not sure where her struggles were earlier, but they seem to be gone at the moment. It's a good putt to save the par. Zoe with the most amount of work here on hole 18. Hokom's in for the par, and looks like Kristin will be attempting the same. Just one hole left to play. Not making too many charges here for the lead. Kristin is trying to jump herself up into that top 4 area.
Nice playing with you guys.
You too.
Nice playing.
Yeah, girl.
Thanks for being here, Silver. Thanks for being here.
Nice watching you.
And Robin. Star power.
3 out of the 4 caddies rated over 1,000. That's some serious support and knowledge on the bags. Very impressive. And hole number 1 comes in about 375 feet. Really, the play is what you're seeing. Just the backhand. Don't throw it too far. Certainly don't come up short. But just throw the backhand, play a little bit of a skip, and then you'll have an approach from there. This is kind of a 3 all day. Just don't do anything drastic to give yourself the 4. Kristin sits at 11 under. She's 2 under for the round. And among the women on this card has the hottest round going. Sarah's also 2 under for the round. We'll strike that. They're all 2 under for the round, except for Zoe, who's 1 under. But as they're about to tap out, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, for joining, for watching. There's going to be one more bonus video that comes out. Some of the stuff that didn't fit into all of the other 3 recap videos. So thank you guys for the support. Thank you to the PDGA. Thank you to Aaron Oakley and Keith and the entire staff for putting on the event. This women's major in the Mitten. It's been a real pleasure and an honor. I know in the bonus video we've got a great interview with Kristin. So please tune in for all of that. And if you consider supporting me via Patreon, once a month, every month in 2018, I'm giving away a free disc golf basket as long as you're a supporter of any level on my Patreon page. So thank you to everyone who watched. It's been a heck of a weekend. It's been a lot of fun, and it's my pleasure and honor to cover these women. All right, we're going to turn around, and at the last moment, I believe I see the final putt by our champion, as they are still back on hole 18, their 21st hole of the day. And there she is, Paige Pierce, with the tap-in on hole 18 to complete her major victory. Immediately after this, I catch up with her, so let's have a word from her. We'll see you guys at the next PDGA Major. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. I've caught up with Paige Pierce. Paige, I get lost counting all of your wins out here. What U.S. women's title is this for you?
This is my 3rd one.
Your 3rd one?
Yep.
How does it feel?
It feels great. I've kind of been struggling a little bit to close out a tournament since about Beaver State Fling, so it feels good to finally get through a full tournament with minimal mistakes and just come out on top.
Well, it was a long, grueling weekend. You guys played 4 rounds over 3 days with a couple different configurations. When it's all said and done, what do you think were some of your strong suits out here?
My putting, I was last in the field at Worlds, and this weekend I don't actually know, but I feel like I improved by tenfold. So I felt confident on the putting green. I switched to a straddle putt and was more lined up at the baskets, and I only airballed like 2 putts out of all the 84 holes that we played, so I felt really good there.
Well, and that was going to be my next question. You said you just changed up your stance. Do you see that as a permanent solution, or maybe just something you're going to go with for now because it's working?
I think that for the remainder of the season at least, until I get a significant amount of time on the putting green and can get my normal putt back to feeling what I want it to be. But I think it's something that I practice often anyway, so it wasn't really that hard of a switch for me, and maybe just something super small, even if it's just mental, can help you out. So I'll stick with it for the rest of the season, I think.
All right, well, another major notch, but also you're going to get an invitation here to the United States Disc Golf Championships from what we've been hearing.
Is that true? I don't know.
I've been hearing that. It's obviously they've kind of changed up the rules throughout the years and some of the qualifications, but I last heard that. So hopefully I'm giving
Awesome.
you good news. And if
Awesome.
so, I know that's something you've worked really hard for. So assuming you're getting that nod, what do you think about as you go to such a grueling event in just a few days?
I think I just want to play safe out there and just keep it in the ropes and try not to play too hard and keep it a little more soft and just kind of lay up and proceed down the fairway and hopefully hit some more putts like I did this weekend. And I think I could get a top 30 finish, maybe even top 20 if I do so.
I have no doubt about that. We saw you smash your own performance edition score a few years ago when you went out there and you won it on that side. We'd love to see you battling in the single division, and it'll be awesome. Well, this is Paige Pierce. I want to thank everyone that came out here this weekend. Of course, Joe Mims Production has all of the shot-for-shot coverage. Alyssa Van Lannen, along with the PDGA, all the media staff that was out here taking control of the action. She's your champ. We'll catch you guys next year.